we have a colleague here named, we call him Calendar Craig, because a few years ago
he's beaten Big Calendar.
He wins over Big Calendar. What he has done is bought like 7 or 8 calendars from years past, 80s, 90s, whatever it is. He's kept them all these years because the numbers eventually line up again. So a couple of years ago, it had just turned 2022.
I had to go ask him a question.
Yep. And Chris Timm's in his office, and he had like a 2015 calendar on the wall. And Chris Timm says, your calendar's 7 years out of date. And Calendar Craig said, that's where you're wrong.
Without missing a beat, the dates line up.
Holidays.
We now refer to that as the Craigorian Calendar.
Now, you can't write on the calendar.
No.
Or you're going
dentist appointment.
Or you're going to go to the dentist, and the dentist is dead. You got an appointment on Wednesday. No, I don't. You think I do.
That was 2015.
Yeah, you have to leave them blank. You can't write a thing on it.
Yeah, that's
Except maybe birthdays.
That's a storage facility now.
That's a winner. He beat Big Calendar. He celebrates it. He puts the old calendar
He's
on the
not
wall.
running down to beat whatever Barnes and Noble to buy a new calendar in
No.
He
December.
spits in the face of calendar.
That's right. So now
B. Dalton Booksellers.
others have really caught on to this. Apparently, the 2024 calendar lines up with 1996 and others. I mean, there are other calendars it lines up with as well, but the latest one it lines up with is 1996. So that is 28 years ago. Oh, Calendar Craig's got it on his wall. He's got it on his wall right now. That's right. But a lot of people are putting up on their social media their 1996 calendars.
Oh, I see.
And showing this lines up. It's an election year.
Who keeps that?
The election day is the same. It's got election day written on it. It's a leap year.
I might.
But who keeps that old a calendar?
Craig.
I might.
You have a 96 calendar?
I used to get a calendar every year. I'd get a.
I love
I used to have a lot of appointments.
The at a
lots
glance
of
the at a glance
talks
calendar?
to go do and stuff. Yeah, at a glance.
I love those.
With the not leather, but the vinyl bound thing. And I couldn't throw them away because I thought somebody would come and want something from me. I'll say I was doing this.
Yes, this is.
So I kept it, and I used to keep them in boxes. And I keep my desk calendar that I write on and fold it up.
Is that a long way to just say, I need an alibi?
Right.
I was going to say, Dave, that really does sound like.
It's called covering your bases.
Very weird. Remember when that guy that Trump nominated for the Supreme Court, he wound up getting on the Supreme Court. He had an old calendar that had beer written all over it. Remember that? He had like.
Oh, yeah, that was, what's his name?
Just a six-pack.
Yeah.
Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh. He had that old calendar, that old weird calendar.
Yeah, Big Keg Kavanaugh.
Yeah, from the 80s. He was like, I was at a party that night.
Kegger Cav.
He showed it.
Oh, Kegger Cav.
Yeah.
My calendars were like Sports Illustrated swimsuit and bikini models and Christy Brinkley calendars.
Listen to this. The 1996 Pam Anderson home improvement calendar is currently going for $150 on eBay. Because what? All these old calendars. There's one with Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who was on Home Improvement at the time. And on eBay, that's going for $100.
They were both on the same show.
They were. They were on that.
He was a
heartthrob.
heartthrob.
He was 15, and on the cover of a calendar, the Jonathan Taylor Thomas calendar, and a lot of young girls had the calendar and kept that, and so now they're selling them on eBay as well.
Crazy.
So there's a ton of them. There's a photo featuring the Muppets parroting Seinfeld in 1996. That's a limited edition calendar you can get on eBay. But they're all 96 calendars, but they can be used this year because all the dates line up. The others that you could buy for this year, 1940, 1968, 2052, 2080, and 2120. Those are the years that line up exactly right for the Gregorian calendar.
Would all those have been leap years?
They're all exactly like this year. They're all leap years. They're all going to have a 29th.
Yeah.
This is a more rare
on a Monday.
Yeah, that's right. So this is a more rare one because it begins on a Monday and it has a leap year and it's an election year. All those things. So people are keeping those calendars now.
But the daylight savings won't match up.
No, it won't. Was that even listed on calendars in 96? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't either.
Not on my Cindy Crawford calendars.
No.
Like you'd have been able to read it.
Don't put that.
I don't even saw the numbers.
Yeah. And in my van, my calendar, my van is wrong. And right now I'm an hour ahead because it just sprung forward.
Yeah, you're always like on Berlin time or something.
Does it know it's January, your machine?
No.
Your car?
It thinks it's May. And when I sprung forward in April, it was only right. The time was only right for about 2 weeks. And so what'll happen is it'll be right again, then I'll fall back in real life, so it never quite matches up. The date is always wrong, the time is always wrong. It's up every time.
The vehicle is wrong.
It messes up, but I like...
Just let it go.
I like that challenge. I feel like it keeps me sharp.
You tried to throw me and Demm in it yesterday.
I want to take you. We have a Two Guys Named Chris Comedy All-Star show coming up.
We got a road show coming up.
We're going to Savannah. We're going to Myrtle Beach. We're going to New Bern. And I said, hop in the van. Let's go.
There was pushback.
Some. What did Chris Demm say exactly?
I'm not getting in that death trap.
That's what it was.
It's a suicide rap.
Actually, it was very awkward because afterwards I got an email from our sales manager and said, Dave keeps barking about me getting you all a vehicle to go to Savannah.
That's right.
Is this something you want? And of course I don't. I want to take my minivan, but no one else. What was Chris Demm's exact words?
I'm not riding that.
Filthy death trap.
It was somewhat ambiguous. I wasn't sure.
Oh, I heard him.
I'd like to ride in a vehicle made this century.
You want to get down and get back.
The old van out
quickly
there.
as possible.
Got the old van ready to go. We're still working on it. By the way, those tickets are selling fast at all those venues. Savannah,
yes.
Myrtle Beach, New Bern, Greensboro, High Point, Salisbury. And you can go to twoguysandchris.com.
Got to hurry.
Yeah, you've got to get in there quickly. My daughter, you were talking about my son a minute ago. I'm getting a lot of emails now and text saying, you really did your son wrong by putting him on the spot like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You did the right thing.
I thought so, too.
You did the dad thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help him out a little bit there, A beautiful young woman that goes to his college and goes to his gym. It's like, that's perfect. I don't know. Maybe he'll put out the feelers himself. He's very, he doesn't like, okay, there's a guy down there, and I know his father. Y'all do, too. And both of us have said, I wish they would become friends. And they live very close to each other. So I have said, when you see him, just say, hey, man, I don't know if this is weird or something, but our dads know each other, and maybe you want to get lunch or hi, here. And he won't do it. He's like, and on the other side, that kid won't go up to my son either.
Do they consider it too cringe?
Yes.
Too awkward?
My son thinks he's going to think, well, how would you recognize me? He's like, I'm not going to say, oh, my dad knows your dad. He won't do that. And I guess that's just not something
Did you go to school with anybody? Did you go to college with anybody that went to high school with you or that you knew?
Yeah, we had a few. Yeah, so that's who I hung out with in college to start.
To start, and then you kind of break away
from that,
make new friends.
Right. Plus, my son has made some friends in college. But
that's the thing.
Mm-hmm, he's done it already. But this guy lives close to him. They see each other all the time, but neither will say hi to the other. And it's like, and he's like, and he says that's too cringe to say, oh, my dad knows your dad. Meanwhile, my daughter is she goes to this store. What is that? Is it Sephora is one of them.
Ulta.
Yeah. But I read
all makeup stores.
She loves them. She got all makeup for Christmas.
Great.
A ton of makeup.
Paradise.
Stuff.
And not cheap.
She read this and wanted me to see if she thought it was true or not.
How do you know?
Yeah, you got to buy gifts. Multiple.
There's a strange chirp.
Are you
not cheap? What? You see the cost of foundation?
Are you a Sephora or an Ulta man, Dave?
Yeah.
Who's got the better concealer?
They're right next to each other. I don't do foundation and bases, just eyeliners and shadows.
Well, there's
I like a smoky eye.
Well, they're hot again.
There's an online review of Sephora. There's a product there called the Delicia Drench Body Butter.
Mm-hmm.
And
anything that says butter in a makeup store, buy it.
A woman.
Where do you put it?
Yes, there.
A woman reviewed it online and said, I bought this and accidentally left the lid off of it one night, and my bathroom was covered in wolf spiders the next day. She thinks it.
What the hell's a wolf spider?
It's a large spider. I don't know, in Florida. And she says, I believe that this body butter draws wolf spiders. So then everybody said, yeah, me too. And Sephora says, this is an online rumor that is not true. Wolf spiders are
we
not.
neither attract nor repel wolf spiders.
That's right. So they're saying, we're afraid our sales are going to be hurt because people think that if you leave if you have Sephora's Delicia Drench body butter, you're going to draw a wolf spider. They say there's no truth to this rumor. And somebody just made that.
But close them up at night.
Yeah.
Put the lid on. It does dry out.
Well, I think my wife never leaves anything open.
No, you're not supposed to. Mm-mm. She said, I accidentally left the lid off, but I didn't think it would draw wolf spiders, which is, she says,
how many spiders are we talking?
She said that she saw multiple spiders in her bathroom, 6. And she says our community is overrun by wolf spiders now. And she thinks it's because of this body butter that she bought. But I don't think so. And Sephora says absolutely not. So others got in on the joke and started putting the same thing. And now it's like a rumor online that it happens. But it really does, according to them at least. I can't imagine it.